Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. It's live with Dr. Lori. Dr. Lori's Treasure Hunt Game. It's the PhD Antiques Appraiser, and it's good to see all of you. Hi, how are you? Thanks for joining me live. It's good to see you. It's Friday morning. I'm with my friends in Australia, but Thursday night here in the USA. How are you? So, welcome to the video, of course, the streaming video here of Live with Dr. Lori, and we're going to play Dr. Lori's Treasure Hunt Game. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to share. But tonight, it's all about you guys and playing our favorite game, Dr. Lori's Treasure Hunt. So I want to see, you know how you play. I'm going to hold up an object, and you're going to ask me those questions to see how much you know about these particular objects. And then I'm going to, of course, we're going to guess the value. You're going to guess the value, and we'll see who can find the most valuable and find, of course, the treasure. That's Dr. Lori's Treasure Hunt Game. So first part of the game is I'm going to hold up an object, and we're going to see what kind of questions you ask. You know, asking the right questions is how you're going to know if something's valuable. I'm the PhD Antiques Appraiser. Don't forget to utilize all of the videos, all the information that I'm giving you for free right here, expert. So here we go. First one. Here's our first piece right here. A lot of people have been asking about it. A lot of people have been asking about this particular piece, right? So do you know what it is? And we're going to see if this is the piece that you want to find in the treasure hunt. So I'm going to show you a couple of elements of it. First of all, opens like this. All glass. What questions do you want to know? What questions would you ask if you actually saw this piece in a thrift store at a yard sale? What would you ask yourself, or what would you ask, of course, the seller about this particular piece? Notice, too, that on this piece, it does say stainless. I don't know if you can see it right there on that stainless band, on the stainless steel band. And on the bottom, it's got some information as well. What questions do you want to know from me? What questions would you ask if you were thinking whether or not you should buy this piece? What do you want to know? Let's hear it. Where are those questions? I'm going to carefully put it back together. Are all the pieces there? Great question, Brenda. That's a great question. To make sure that all the pieces are there and to make sure that all the pieces fit, right? So make sure that that piece goes with that piece, right? That particular lid goes with that piece. Yes, there are no chips and cracks, and yes, all the pieces are here on this particular piece. What other questions you're going to ask? Is there a mark on the bottom? There is a mark on the bottom. Jay, there's a mark on the bottom which says Pyrex. So we know the mark, and we know that all the pieces are there. What other questions? This is going to help you become a better buyer, a better inventory collector, a better thrifter, right? It's going to make you be able to identify what's what. Is it blown glass? Marcy, it is not blown glass. These particular pieces are not blown. Okay. What period is it from? Well, it's from the middle years of the 20th century. So now you've got to learn, okay, now I've got to do my centuries. It's the same as the middle years of the 1900s, right? But it's a good idea to become comfortable when you're dealing with art or antiques or collectibles with those terms of centuries, the 21st century, right? The 2000s, the 20th century, the 1990s, the 1900s, and of course, the 19th century, the 1800s, the 18th century, the 1700s, and so on and so forth. Other questions? What other questions do you have? Is it Pyrex? Yes, it's Pyrex. That was the mark on the bottom. It is Pyrex, yes. It's in good condition. It's a 4-cup. So 4 cups. It's marked right on it. I'm going to be careful. All right. It's marked right on it 4. I don't know if you can see the 2 and the 4 right there, but you can see 2 cups, 4 cups. Okay. Do you know what it is? Is the silver the metal? Well, the silver here is actually stainless steel. So it's not silver, but it's silver in color. Good question. Understand the materials. Normally that wouldn't be sterling. That wouldn't be silver plate. It's stainless steel. What's it used for? It's a percolator. It is a coffee percolator. So you take the top off here, right? And you basically put the water in the bottom. You put the coffee in this, and then you put it on the stove. So you can put it on an electric stove, or you can put it on a gas stove. It's a stovetop percolator, just as Eddie has repeated. That is a stovetop percolator. So a lot of you don't know about percolators. A lot of you don't actually use percolators. But basically what will happen is The heat will heat up the actual glass portion in the water. It'll percolate through the grounds, and that's how you get the coffee. Jay says she made coffee with it in the 70s. It's earlier than the 70s, though. Maybe one of your questions should have been, how old is it, Dr. Lori? Which I told you, middle part of the 1900s, middle 20th century. Are you ready to guess? Do you have enough information to guess? Do you need more information? Maybe the question should have been, was it owned by President Kennedy? Provenance, right? I talk to you about provenance all the time because I'm the PhD antiques appraiser. I'm the expert. I'm the one who worked in museums. I'm the one who's been teaching you how to do it. I'm the university professor, not like these other yahoos. I'm trying to teach you what to look for so you can make the money on these pieces. So maybe you want to know about provenance. Maybe you don't care. Maybe you think, oh, there's so many of them out there. Maybe that's a question you need to ask. Okay, let's see. What do you think it's worth? Today's market. Let's guess the value. So we'll see how good you are in asking those questions, because knowing what to ask is really important, because I want you to get this. I want you to learn it. I want you to do it because you can be successful. Yes, Brenda, I know I'm funny. We all know I'm funny. 150. There's my girl, Mona. Mona, the pride of Houston. There's Mona. Coloring thinks $55. Okay, Mary Catherine thinks $15. $15 for a percolator? It's $15 for one cup of coffee. That's too low. All right, what else? Other ones. Brenda thinks 65. Okay, so you figure there's a lot of them out there. $40. Steve thinks $40. Okay. Melissa thinks 55. Oh, I don't know. Everybody's looking for a bargain tonight. It's Pyrex, right? Pyrex, very, very desirable, very collectible, right? Larry thinks 125. Did Larry find the treasure hunt? Michelle thinks 100. Why? Because I'm going, oh, you're being too low. 15 is way too low because, you go into Starbucks and you get some of the sugar that they put in it, and they put a shot in it or this or that, or they swirl it around and make it look like a flower. I can't do any of that. I like a cup of coffee. Put some cream in it. I don't care what kind of design the cream makes. I'm good, All right, what do you think? 195. Michelle says 195. Lori, there's Lori. Lori says 75. Lori says 75. What do you think? 135. Okay, depending on your market. 135. Any more guesses before I tell you? 65 from Lee. Lee thinks 65. Beverly 150. Are you playing along at home? Have you got everybody around to make a guess? Is your husband walking by while he gets a beer? Hey, I think it's only worth $58.98. Star says the price is right. Well, the price will be right. I'll be right. We all know that'll happen. Okay, what do you think? $200. Now you're getting into outer space. Kind of getting high now, right? Why? Because there are so many that were produced, right? These were produced in big numbers. A lot of people in the 1950s and 60s had one of these, had these percolators. This is pre-Keurig, people, pre-Keurig. But coffee's still hot. Coffee's still a big deal, right? Okay, what do you think? Okay, let's do the value. You know what it's worth? Retail value, actual retail value based on a sales record where a similar piece is sold. That's what an appraisal is. Not these numbers where people are listing things for crazy numbers, really high, really low, not knowing the market, based on actual sales where somebody paid the bill, swiped a credit card, paid with Apple Pay, wrote a check, gave you cash. That's an appraised value. That's why all these people are saying, oh, you can't get that. Those people who say, oh, you can't get that, guess what they don't know? They don't know the market. That's what I know. Value on this piece, $125. In this condition, which is pristine, beautiful condition. That's a great piece, mid-century modern, and it makes a darn good cup of coffee too. It depends on what people will pay for it if they can go for 100 or less. That's not true, because if you sell it that low, you are hurting your market. You're hurting the next time you have one and you want to sell it for top dollar. So when you say it depends on what people are paying, people are really paying the actual sales record. So you say it depends on what people are paying, but in fact, what people are paying is based on that sales record. You have to look at authenticated sales records, not just what somebody lists it for. If you get a bargain, yeah, that's great. But what is it really worth and what should you expect to get out of it? 125. And if you don't get 125, then you're hurting yourself. Very good. Good job at the game this time. Okay. Now, I want you to remember a couple of things about the channel. First of all, you got to share and you got to subscribe. In order, of course, to share and subscribe, but I need you to subscribe to the channel. subscribing to the YouTube channel. If you want to ask questions, if you want to participate, I need you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's very easy to subscribe. You hit the red subscribe button, you ring the bell, and then you're going to get all of the different, of course, information. You're going to get alerts that will help you. And also you're going to be able to use our community tab. And our community tab is where all of the information, the special information that I'm going to give you is going to be on the community tab. The community tab is another aspect that we give to, of course, subscribers. So I want you to get used to using the community tab. If I have a special event, if I'm going to do something live, it's going to be there. It's going to be announced there in the community tab. Okay, next one. This particular piece is the next piece that I want you to think about, that I want you to, in fact, do. And you can see that this piece is actually, this one down on the table goes with it, but this is actually bookends. So it would go here, there would be a piece of wood at the bottom, and then the other one would stand here. I'm going to hold one up because they're rather heavy. So that's a clue for you. What questions do you have about this object? What questions do you have about this object? Hi, Vamp Nico. Have I found a Pyrex stovetop pot with a lid? First timer. Hey, nice to meet you. Pyrex stovetop with a lid. Yes, this particular one, of course, has its original lid. So this is the complete set. So that's what you want to think of. And thank you very much, of course, for the super chat. I appreciate the super chat and the super stickers. I'll remind you that all of the super chats and the super stickers, of course, go to support the channel. That means that I can make more videos for all of you and pay the staff and the editors and everybody that makes these videos look so good. Because, you know, a lot of these videos are just folks who are just talking into their small little devices, their phones and stuff. We're doing all kinds of editing and making sure that you're getting that information. You're getting those nice clear shots of marks, and you're learning from my information. So that's what the super chats and the super stickers do. Thanks for supporting the channel with those. I appreciate those very, very much. Thank you for doing it in any denomination. So is it a 1950s piece? You want to know if it's a 1930s piece. I'm sorry. Is this from the 1930s? No. This piece is from about World War I. World War I. Is this piece signed? No, this piece is not signed. Which angle is it? Are there two exactly alike? Yes, these are two exactly alike. So they are exactly alike, which should tell you something about production of them, if they are exactly alike. 30s time period because it's metal and the subject matter. Okay, no, it's from World War I. It's not from the 1930s. What's it made of? It's made of cast bronze. Cast bronze. Damage-free. Alma, nice question. Good question. Yes, it's damage-free. Condition is very important. I always tell you condition's important. Let me get it a little closer for you so you can take a look. I'll put my head right down there. What's it made of? It's made of cast bronze. I'll show you the back. So it's a casting in metal. Cast bronze. Do you recognize who she is? Maybe that would help you. Do you recognize who she is? It is not folk art. It is not folk art. Folk art is this thing that people do. You know, they just go, oh, it's folk art. When they can't explain it, or if it looks too primitive, or if it isn't something, they just go, well, I like it, so it's folk art. Not everything is folk art. Good question. Is it trench art? No, it's not made in the trenches. No, trench art is usually art that's made from usually military equipment aftermath. So a shell casing that's been used, and then they make it into a hand-hammered vase or something. That's more trench art. This is not trench art. This is cast in a foundry that is trying to make figures, items for, of course, everyday use in a home. So these are bookends. Okay. Other questions? How do I know it's from World War I? This particular figure is very indicative of World War I. She is a very typical figure of World War I. This figure actually is Liberty. She's basically called striding and security. She's a security symbol of World War I. So if you look at the posters of World War I, you're going to see this particular symbol. How can you tell if it's cast iron or cast iron bronze? Well, it's cast bronze or cast iron. They're two different types of metals. Cast iron bronze is not the technical term. So cast iron is one thing, usually a blackened form, usually a heavy form. Cast bronze is a different material. Hi, Brandon. I did have a great birthday, Brandon, and it's got much better because, of course, of you. Thank you also for the super chat. I appreciate that. And I appreciate anything that you do to support the channel. And watching the channel and sharing the channel is supporting the channel. And the super chats and the super chick stickers do that too. I had a great birthday. I am back on my diet, people, because I had cookies and I had brownies and I had pizza and I was like a little kid, and I'm back on my diet. But I had a wonderful birthday with people that I really love virtually, because of course, you can't do a lot now, not virtually, but it was great. It was a great birthday. I feel older, but I feel happy too. So that's okay. That's okay. Thank you for remembering it. How do you tell iron versus bronze? Okay, so when you're looking at iron and you're looking at bronze, the casting methods are different. Bronze, of course, has this particular color. So kind of look for this greenish golden color when you're looking for bronze, and also look for the weight of bronze, but don't confuse bronze, brass, and iron. So that's what you want to think about too. This is a nice piece. Okay, want to know the value? Want to know more about it? Guess where you got to go? The community tab. All the information about this important piece is on the community tab. So when you're playing Dr. Lori's Treasure Hunt next time, you'll have one up on everybody. Subscribe, go to the community tab, click on it, and then you're going to see that information, which tells you the value and the identification of this particular piece. And also, of course, I want you to remember that all the alerts and lots of good information is going to always be on the community tab because you're part of my community. So I want you to know these things. I'll put this down carefully. Okay, so I hope you're enjoying the game and that you're thinking about what questions that you should ask. I want you to think about the questions that you can ask. I know you're all talking amongst yourself because you're a community. Oh, hi, this one. Oh, hi, that one. You know, you come in and you want to talk to everybody, but I want you also to participate and play in the game with me. It's so much fun, so much fun. If you're wondering about all the jewelry that's on the set today, the jewelry, in fact, was for a couple of videos that I am taping for all of you to learn about how to identify these pieces, how to tell the difference between a piece of vermeil or gold overlay and a true piece of gold if it is unmarked. Some tips about how to tell faux pearls from, of course, the real thing, and how to identify costume jewelry, what's really valuable and what's just junk. So I'm going to tell you all those tips in upcoming videos. Make sure that you watch. Hey, Joanna, thanks for the super sticker. I appreciate very much you watching and very much the super stickers. They really help, of course, support the channel, and you're helping everybody else, which is what's nice of you, Joanna. You're helping everybody else because everybody gets to watch the videos and you're helping to support the video. So thank you for helping everybody else. And a big thank you to Joanna and Brandon, and of course, others who are helping with super stickers and super chats. So there's 2 for Dr. Lori's Treasure Hunt game. So I want you to remember too, if you've missed some of the videos, maybe you missed some of my earlier jewelry videos and you want to know more about costume jewelry and real jewelry, how to tell the difference and how to sell it for top dollar, then I want you to be able to know that. Darlene, you have 3 sets of pearls. You have no idea if they're real. I have an idea if they're real, and I can show you exactly how to tell as well. So you can do a video call. You can, of course, watch the videos that are here on the channel, whatever you want to do. If you're watching, of course, and you want to have a question, make a comment, go right to the subscription and go to YouTube and subscribe. Patty, thank you very much. Patty's Vintage Studio, $5 for a super sticker. Thank you so much for the super sticker as well. I know that when you do this, that you are really recommending me and you're supporting me and all the work that I do on your behalf. I really want you to be empowered. I want you to learn this because you can learn this and you can make this either an extra income to help support your family, put a kid through college, help with medical bills. As a lot of you are telling me that you're using this for, or a lot of you are saying, you know what, I don't like my job and I'm going to find a new one and this is going to be it. I'm going to follow Dr. Lori. So you can do this. They call it costume jewelry because typically it is not real or fine jewelry. It goes along with a costume. So it actually started out with this idea of the theater where you needed jewelry to be so gaudy, so garish that you could see it to the back row in an audience. So they started to associate it with costumes. And that's how it got started. That's how that term got started. There are a lot of other people who will say that costume jewelry that term came from other origins, but typically it related to the theater where you'd have a bigger piece of jewelry to sort of show the opulence if you were wearing jewelry. And then it is made in, of course, based on the jewelry of the great jewelry designers, costume jewelry is really based on great jewelry designers. Thank you, Lori. I love you very much. Thank you, Lori, for your super sticker and for supporting the channel. Costume jewelry, of course, that idea that it comes from and is in the manner of the great fine jewelry designers like Van Cleef and Arpels or Cartier or Harry Winston or others. So, for example, many of the designers of some of the costume jewelry manufacturers like Trifari or Coro or others actually worked for Cartier and others. So that's really important too. Fifth Avenue Vintage, a super sticker. Thank you very much to Fifth Avenue Vintage. I appreciate that very much. And don't forget that these folks are supporting you guys learning more from the expert in the field. People go, gosh, she always says she's the expert in the field. I say this because there's so many folks out there who are, you know, some of them are trying to give you good information, but some of them are giving you misinformation. I want you to have the real information about how this really works. And I want you to have the information you can use. Not just, oh, here's this mark and it means this. All of you can look up marks. I want you to understand how to do this. So when you walk through a thrift store, when you go to the estate sale, when you go to the flea market, when you're in grandma's house or you're trying to help out a family member who's downsizing, you'll be able to say, wait a minute before you get rid of that Chippendale low boy. Hold on. What are you doing? Or you'll know the difference between reproduction pieces. Or you can identify a fake pearl from a real one. I'm going to teach you all of this information that you can use. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so super chat, super stickers, and cupcake paper. Thank you so much. We are always friends. We are always friends. I'm friends with all of you. Don't be silly. And thank you very much for the support as well. Cupcake paper, of course, she had some good participating last time, and I'm glad she's here with us too. I like it when you participate. I like everything. Thanks for that explanation. Yeah, I'm happy to explain it, Ralph. You just got to ask me. You know, ask me. I'll tell you. So the other things that I want you to remember is I want you to remember, just as you can do it with a super sticker and support the channel, right? You can support it with super stickers, super chats, all these super things that actually one of you asked me to enable, you know, so we enabled them so you can support and contribute, and I appreciate it. Other things that you can do if you want to get something for it is buy a mug. A lot of you are telling me you like the mugs, that it's nice and big, that it's sturdy. Some people are putting candy canes in it. That's you, Lori Disney. Some people are putting candy canes in it. Some people are drinking out of it. Some people are putting little flowers like little plants. My one friend has a succulent. She likes succulent, so she puts that in it. I don't care what you use it for, but support it because I say you're priceless. So make sure that you get one of these if you want merchandise. You can always go on the website to the Save Now link. And yeah, Lori Disney has mugs and t-shirts. The t-shirts are here too. And I like the pink and I like the blue, but there's lots of colors that you can choose from. You can go to the Save Now link at the top of the website at drloriv.com, hit Save Now, go right down, and you can go to the shopping page. And that will not only, or the specials page, excuse me, and that will not always help you about all different specials, but it will also help you if you're looking to shop for particular types of merchandise. So maybe you need something to store your jewelry. Well, I'll give you my recommendations there. And the one thing that I know you all love that I'm so happy you're buying is, in fact, the loop. This is really important, the loop. So get the loop because the loop is going to help you in many ways. The loop is going to help you to be able to see with, of course, the nice light that this loop has on it too. I love the loop. The loop is great. Okay, so there's that. I'm sorry, Carl had a question, something, I don't remember what it was, but Carl was here and he had a question. I just missed it. I apologize. What's the name for the art style of the bookmark? Oh, this is a book end, not a bookmark. A bookmark you put near the page is a book end. You put at either end, right? This particular style, this is, of course, Art Deco. This piece is Art Deco, streamlined design, right? Geometric. And this particular piece relates to World War I, just prior to the 1920s when we see Art Deco. So that's what you're looking at here. A very nice piece. Hi, Dr. Lori. Oh, I got a hi, Dr. Lori from somebody. Hi. You love the loop, Lynn. I'm so glad you got the loop. It's easier, isn't it? It's a lot easier. I am lost without the loop. Mary is enjoying her loop too. I'm so glad. Thank you very much. Reasonable and necessary. I like to have one in one pocket and one in the other. I'm constantly either looking for the glasses up here, you know, either I got the readers up here, or I'm reaching for a loop. So the loops are good to have. Get more than one if you can. But it's nice to have the loops. The loops are really helpful. And when you're looking at jewelry, don't forget about the jewelry tester. This is really great. The diamond tester to test your diamonds. Okay, so those are the things. Let's get back to the game. One more for the game. Let's see. Let's try this. Ha! You didn't even know that was there, did you? You're like, Dr. Lori's kind of slick. She's got the treasure hunt stuff right there. Didn't even see that piece. So you did well on the Pyrex. You're going to go to the community tab to find out about the World War I era bookends, because you all know when the World War I was, right? 1914, 1918, right? Answers on the community tab for, of course, the bookends, all the information about those bronze cast pieces. And then this is your next one. So all the guys are going, oh, Dr. Lori, not purses. Let me tell you about accessories, gentlemen. First of all, jewelry as an accessory, shoes as an accessory, purses, pocketbooks, hats, accessories are huge. Say it with me, huge, right? They're really big. And I want you to think about those. So this particular piece, you've got it right here. It is a clutch purse. What do you think? What's the questions? What do you think? Dr. Lori's treasure hunting began. Can you find the treasure? Can you find the treasure? Do you like the game? I play the game every Tuesday, of course, on national TV, on the networks of ABC, CBS, and of course, other networks in big markets all across the country, in Tampa, Florida, and Philadelphia, and Pittsburgh, all over. And of course, nationwide, where I play this game and have been playing it, and worldwide, where I play it with you guys here. So Dr. Lori's treasure hunt, any tags? Wicked Maina Elizabeth wants to know if there's any tags. There's actually right here, right in here, you can see, I don't know if you can see it says HL, and then it says USA, right on the actual inside of the piece. What do you think? HL USA. Is it lined with silk? It is lined with, I would say that is a sateen, not silk. But that's a good point, because you're looking about materials. What's the materials? Gold lame. Gold lame is the material. What's the brand? The brand is Harry Levine. That's the good question. Harry Levine, USA, the American designer out of New York. That's the brand. Tax and Business Zone LA wants to know what's the brand. That's the brand. Harry Levine. The condition is excellent. It's in excellent condition. There is absolutely beautiful condition. You can see it's gorgeous here. You can see that the gold tone finial here that opens it, the snap closure that opens it, is in beautiful shape. It's in gorgeous condition. Thank you for saving history. Oh, great, babe. I try to save history. I love history. I see, I've always seen art and objects and antiques and vintage stuff as the study of people. And these objects are just the study of the things that people made. I've said that for years. For years, when I'm traveling all over the world, lecturing at major museums, for years, when I'm writing books and exhibition catalogs, I've always said that, because I really think that this stuff talks about what's important to us at a certain time. There's a reason why we got all these different coffee makers. Coffee is important to us, and it has been all the way back. The idea of coffee as being important to the indigenous, the indigenous Native Americans. Coffee and cocoa, very important. There's a reason why I love chocolate. Anyway, back to the pocketbook. So the purse, the clutch purse, which would be an evening bag, it does not have a chain handle. There's no chain handle with this, and there is not one missing. It was not intended to be worn on the shoulder. It was intended to be carried. That tells you a little bit about, of course, the status with which this piece, the kind of events that this piece would be brought to. Because if you're wearing it over the shoulder, it's not as highbrow as not. Margaret had a very good point. She thinks it's from the 1960s. That might be a question that you ask. You got to think about the questions. What would I ask myself? I'm walking through this store. What do I ask myself? What's the clasp made of? Oh, the clasp is made of a base metal, an inexpensive metal, and then it is gold toned. That means that they actually did a gold overlay on top. How old is it? It dates between 1957 and 1967. That's a 10-year span. When I used to teach at Penn State, I never gave them 10 years. When I went to graduate school, they used to say, you have to get this right within 5 years. And then for graduate school, we used to have to get it right within a year. So when somebody says, oh, you can get the date right within 10 years, I think they're lazy. Let's get it right. Let's get on the date. But 10 years, between 1957 and 1967. Was it a famous person's piece? Goods and Vintage Treasures wants to know, was it a famous person's piece? I don't have any provenance on it that it was a famous person's piece, but it had to belong to somebody who had some wealth or status because of the type. because in the 1960s, this would have been an expensive bag to purchase. Does it smell? I always smell stuff before I buy. Danielle, you are so funny because let me tell you something about myself. I wear one perfume. It's the only one I can stand. It's Calvin Klein's Escape. I've worn it for years, decades even. I know it might be old-fashioned. I don't like smells. So let me tell you something. I am just like you. I smell everything. I don't care if it's a piece of metal. I smell that too. And you know, if you start to learn from me, you're going to be able to learn how to smell a metal and know the difference between silver plate and sterling silver without looking at marks. Smell will tell you a lot. I don't like smells. I've never liked smells. I don't like smells at all. So yes, this does not smell, but I think it's a good idea to smell things. I also think it's a good idea to use that loop and to really look at it. Really look at the construction of the piece. Look at all these little gold lame strings. Look at the whole thing and see if it's consistent. Use the loop. That's what I want you to do. Good question. Yeah, I don't like smells. I would go all the way around. The old mall in New Haven, when I was a kid, they would walk in through a place called G. Fox and Company, which was the big anchor store in New Haven, if any of you are from Connecticut. And the other one was in the mall up in West Hartford, which was Lord & Taylor. Anyway, I would always go around the doors where you didn't have to go through the place where they were spraying the perfume. I'd walk all the way around the whole rest of the store in order to avoid the perfume ladies with the atomizer spritzing at you. I hate smells. Okay, enough of that. Although I like chocolate, it smells good. Anyway, all right, so other questions. Lipstick markings or tobacco on the inside? No, there's no markings on the inside of this at all, but lipstick and tobacco would be the thing because everybody's smoking in the 1960s. Okay, ready to ask your question? Well, you got good questions. Maybe you have enough information. Harry Levine, made in New York, made in the USA, gold lame, gold tone clasp or finial. Inside is sateen, not silk, right? No damage to it, no stains, no marks. Let's guess the value. What do you think it's worth? Dr. Lori's Treasure Hunt. I know you love this game because everybody's telling me they love this game. That's why I play it. That's why I play it. We play it here live with all of you. What do you think? Subscribers, of course, are going to learn more. If they subscribe, of course, to the channel, you can ask those questions and participate as long as you're on YouTube subscribing. $275. Aaron says 60. Goodson says 75. What do you think? 120, Silvana. Lori says 150. Diane says 300. Think about this. Will it matter where you list it? If you list it on one type of site, will it bring more than if you list it on another type of site? Michael's at 1,000. He's way high. He's like he's going to take a spaceship outer space, way high at 1,000. That's to help all of you. Riri, is it Riri or Rai Rai? I don't know. I like it. Right? Riri, Rai Rai. 75. 350. Jay thinks 350. What do you think? 45. KJB. Tiffany says 80. And look at that cat. Cat's got the tongue sticking out. Elizabeth says 12 bucks. 125. Ralph thinks it's 425. The guys are always high on this, but you can make money on these pieces. Tricky, 35. Sherry, 35. Wicked, I'm going to say 75. Anissa says 80. Well, Thrifty says 30. You are thrifty at 30. Dolly says 8. 8. Oh, come on. You can't get a pack of cigarettes for 8, can you? You can't get lipstick for 8. My lipstick is not $8, let me tell you. I mean, I don't even think the little thing that makes it turn is $8. What do you think? Couple more. Taylola. That's pretty. Taylola. That's pretty. 85. What else? Any other guesses? A lot of guesses. This is great. 200. 200. 50 on eBay, 120 on Etsy. Okay, Carl. Now, this is interesting, and I want to make this point for Carl because it will depend on where you put it. It will depend on who you're getting it to. What if you put it on Poshmark? What if you put it on The Real Real? What if you put it on some of these other sites, right? What if you put it on social media in a particular group? Wait a minute, Dr. Lori. You told me that this was a major American designer. You told me Harry Levine was somebody who was known for these pieces. You told me this piece was only going to be relatively valuable and expensive in its day. You know, it's kind of the Prada or the Dolce & Gabbana of today. That's what this was, right? Value on this piece, $125. You did a great job with this, a great job with this. Similar ones sell on the market about $125. So, you know, what Carl was saying about where you sell it is relatively important. And then it's important for you to factor in, if you're a reseller, maybe you're just going to get it for yourself. If you're going to factor in that idea of, hey, you know what, do we have these pieces that are in fact pieces that I want to keep for myself that I found? Or are they pieces that I want to gift to friends and family? Or are they pieces that I want to resell? And how do I actually evaluate the market for it that way? These are the types of things I want you to understand. Other questions, don't forget about the binge link, because you're going to understand all of this the more of my videos you watch. And people always say, Dr. Lori, do you have a video about this? Dr. Lori, do you have a video about that? You got to use the binge link. Use the binge link, look through, watch the videos, rewatch them. So many of you are telling me, wow, Dr. Lori, I watched this video that you did about, I don't know, say glass. And you know what? Your glass video taught me so much. And then I had this situation. Then I said, gee, I remember Dr. Lori saying something about that. And they went back and watched that video again and learned more from that video. The binge link, there's hundreds and hundreds of videos. Get to the binge link and use it. It's much easier. The other thing about it is it will serve up to you more Dr. Lori videos. So that's going to help you too. Know what you should ask and know that you're getting the information from the expert in the field. You know, 25 years of experience, of course, in the field of art and antiques. Thank you, Darlene. The binge link is amazing. I appreciate that. And this is what you're supporting when you help with super chats, super stickers, and watching and subscribing and sharing, because you're helping for my staff to have time to create binge links for you to help you with this kinds of stuff. I know you have 20 pages of notes. So many of you made me so happy. The teacher in me was so happy because you guys are showing me your notebooks. You're like, Dr. Lori, look at my notes. Dr. Lori, look at my notes. I'm so glad, because there really is something to be said for getting it here and writing it down. When you write it down, it sticks. It sticks. So try to do that a little bit, even if you're typing it into your phone. But try to get those big ideas to stick. I'll go to sleep with autoplay. Oh, great, Pape. That's fun. So autoplay on the binge link. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And there's a lot to it. You can learn a lot. I did have a friend in law school. I went to law school for like 15 minutes. I was not going to be my thing, law school. God loved the lawyers, but I couldn't. I wasn't doing that. So anyway, I went to law school for about 15 minutes, and I had a roommate at law school, and she used to actually put the book like near her when she would sleep. And she had this whole thing that she thought the words would get in. And this was, anyway, she was an interesting woman, let's put it that way. But anyway, so she used to do that, but she would say that in the middle of the night, she'd get up and she'd read a little bit more and she would remember that way. I don't know if you can do it if you just put the book next to you or near you, but anyway, I know, having taught for a long time, I used to tell my students, get rid of all those highlighters. I know you love the highlighters. You're just highlighting books, but it's not going in. You're just highlighting the book. So try to write it. Try to write it. Any way you learn it. I don't care. There's not a right way or a wrong way to learn. Any teacher who tells you there's a right way or a wrong way to learn isn't a teacher for me. I'm telling you, any way that it gets into your brain, that it helps you, that you understand it, that's the thing to do. I'm sorry, I missed a couple. I was talking to you. I missed a couple of the comments here, but I appreciate your comments and your participation. So let's see. So should we play another one? One more for the road? Let's see what we've got. It's not really the road. We're going to keep talking. But I want you to use the binge link, and I'm glad for that. Dr. Lori's Treasure Hunt game. I came up with it some years ago. It's been a long time that I've been playing Dr. Lori's Treasure Hunt. And a lot of people, of course, enjoy it. And we usually go by, of course, Price is Right rules. You know those rules. The rules where you can't go over. So that's why I was saying to some of the guys, saying, wait, you're at $1,000. We want you to be closer. I like you to be in the range. Even if you're a little bit off, it's good to be in the range, right? So let's give you something a little bit harder. Just hit the button. Let's play. Okay, hit the like button. Yeah, we like it. Uno más. One more. Uno más. Yes, my Spanish is weak, but it's not that bad. Uno más. So gracias. I'm glad you like it. Here we go. What are these? Any idea? I'm going to tell you nothing. Now you're really going to work for it. I'm going to show you. Here's one side. Here's the other side. Here we go. Okay. The other one. My hand is in a carved hole here. Fifth Avenue Vintage loves this game. This game is fun. Candle holders, close. What are they made of? Maybe that's a question. They're clogs. Rietta knows they're clogs, yes. They're wooden Dutch shoes. Are they Dutch or funny, it says souvenir of Belgium on them. You're close, you're in Northern Europe. When I was in Northern Europe, we went, of course, to Bruges, and we went to Brussels, and we went, of course, to Amsterdam. Northern Europe's beautiful, many canals, beautiful buildings along the canal. Of course, the great art of Van Gogh, Van Gogh and Rembrandt and Vermeer, and those great artists are from the north. Wall sconces. So do they hang like this, and then you put something in it here? Okay. Flower pots. Yes, you can put a little flower in it, right? You can put a little flower in it. Are they missing anything? No, they're missing nothing, Danielle. Good question. How about age? How old do you think they are? They're not shoe molds, but they do look like shoe molds. You know, the shoe molds are like two pieces. They're trying to stretch the leather in shoes. Those are oftentimes, you find those a lot. Or the ones that are for cobblers' benches, those are usually of metal. Are they salt and pepper? No, they're not salt and pepper. A pipe. No, they're not a pipe. That's fun. That's fun. What do we think? What do we think? They're hand-painted. They're souvenir pieces. They're not Norwegian. They're from Belgium. So let's get it right. Scandinavia's up here. Norway, Sweden, Scandinavia, right? Finland, Denmark, up here. You come down, right? You come down to the Netherlands, the Low Countries, they would call it, right? The Netherlands, places the Dutch, right? This is Belgium. And you go Belgium and straight down the middle of Europe, right? Into Germany and such. Hello from Las Vegas, Granny Marge Dragon. Hello from Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. I was in Las Vegas. Oh my God. I had never been to Las Vegas until a couple years ago, only a few years ago. All the places I'd been, I was never in Las Vegas. Oh my God. What a good time Las Vegas is. Who knew? Everyone's saying, you've never been to Las Vegas? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. The official crazy coupon chick. Hello, official crazy coupon chick. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate it very much. You're supporting the channel. You're supporting the expert PhD antiques appraiser who's going to make you money. So thank you very much. I bet you're making money with the coupons too. Hi, Diane. Are the smaller holes metal lined? No. The smaller holes have this little plastic, looks like a thimble in it. That's what the smaller holes are for. It holds that. And these are actually, they're not bookends. They're actually used for candles, right? So 2 candles here. So these particular pieces were brought home. Do you know how old they are? Any idea on age? Any idea on age? They're not signed and there's no maker's mark. They're souvenir pieces made in Belgium. Many of them brought home when? When do you think they were brought home? The 1950s. They would have been brought home after 1945. All right? Brought home after 1945. So brought home, of course, after World War II. Right? After World War II, they were brought home. Not like our bookends, which are World War I. Not for sewing, candle holders. They sit here, and they're 2 candles that fit right in these holes that I've been holding on to the whole time. Any idea on value? Let's guess the value. Dr. Lori's Treasure Hunt. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. I need you to share. Let's put those right here. I don't know if you can see those in the front. Let's leave those here for a while. You can see those. I need you to share. A lot of you have been telling me, I did video calls today with all of you, and a lot of you have been telling me, Dr. Lori, you're close to 100,000 subscribers. I want to help you get over. I want to help you get to 100,000 subscribers. I was hoping that we would have made this in the end of last year, by the end of 2020. I was hoping that we would actually make this at the end of last year, and it didn't do it. It didn't happen. So I'm hoping that you will, in fact, subscribe and get friends and family to subscribe, as it helps all of you. I hope that you will do that. I know you're learning. I know a lot of you are making money. I know a lot of you are learning what to look for, what to get, what to pass by and leave at the estate sale or the thrift store, how to identify a good print, how to identify valuable jewelry, how to identify these pieces, and how to get help if you can't do it. You know, how to find me, how to get to me. So I'll help you as well. So those are some of the things, but I do appreciate that. And it's going to happen if you, of course, subscribe. And there's lots more happening for all of you once we get to that 100,000 subscriber level. Lots going to happen for you, but we got to get to that level. So you've got to share. I need you to do. I've been sending your videos to some people I know. Thank you, Retro Chick. Thank you for doing that. I do appreciate it. I don't just ask hoping you'll do it. I ask hoping that you really will help. I know you want to help, and I know I'm helping you, and it's going to happen both ways. Super sticker. Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you very much for your support. I appreciate it. I appreciate your support, and I appreciate you being here with all of the folks in the community. We have a great community. We have wonderful people who are helping one another. We have wonderful people who, of course, are supporting me and understand just what I'm doing for, of course, the art and antiques community. I want to help all of you. The thrifters, I want to help. The folks who want to preserve history, I want to help. I want to help you all. So anyway, back to this. Did you make your guesses about how much you think those souvenir of Belgium candlestick wooden clogs are worth? What do you think they're worth? It was very typical in the 1940s and 50s for wooden clogs to come home with the GIs after World War II. They would bring home souvenirs. Some of the most popular souvenirs were Hummel figurines from Europe, and of course, tea sets and kimonos from the Pacific Theater after 1945. A lot of people brought those home. Gina says 45. There's Gina. Starwalker says 100. Sky Robin says 55. Mona says 50. Remember, travel's big. Nate, thank you for the super sticker. The rummage, Nate, the rummage OP. Are you Ohio State, Nate? Well, I'm a Michigan Wolverine, and I love you anyway. Thank you very much for the super sticker. And what's next? Who's next? What else do you think? Oh, 85. 85 from S. S thinks 85. Jay thinks 200. Little high, Jay. Little high for a souvenir like that. The official crazy coupon chick says 75. What do you think? Joan says 95. Trina says 40. Jackie says 42. Jackie, another Jackie says 75. Patty's Vintage Studio 35. Thrifty Santa's 50. Oh, Thrifty Santa went down. Go blue, Mary. Go very blue. Michigan, the Wolverines. Hail to the victors. Julie, 150. Dolly, 150. I still haven't met Dolly Parton. Any of you know Dolly Parton? Come on, go find me Dolly Parton. I want to meet Dolly. Look at her. She's reading books. She's giving money to people. She's fantastic. I love her. All right, 110, Jay. I want people to say that about me. I want to meet Dr. Lori. Diane, 65. Who else? Who else? Dolly lives in your backyard, Riri! Oh my gosh, go tell her I love her, please. I think she's great. Anyway, and a lot of people have been doing that about, of course, I heard actually, here's one for you. I heard from someone who is affiliated with the Curse of Oak Island, which of course is a show that I do appraisals on. And what was wonderful, he said to me, he said, Dr. Lori, I heard it was your birthday and I want to do your astrological chart. He said, because you've taught me so much, I want to do your astrological chart. I said, I don't know what you're talking about, but sure. So it was funny. So a lot of you are fans of The Curse of Oak Island, and that show is so much fun. And my fellow cast members, I love them very much. And I'm so glad that you're watching the longest running treasure hunt on record. Dr. Lori's treasure hunt game. Here is your way to know a treasure hunt. So we've got a lot of values on those. Those are worth $50 for the pair. Great job playing Dr. Lori's treasure hunt. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Don't forget, I'm the PhD Antiques Appraiser. It's good to be with all of you. And I'm happy to take your questions. Don't forget about the merchandise. Get the loop. Don't forget to share. Let's get to 100,000 subscribers so all of you, of course, can get all the benefits of having such a subscriber community. I'm Dr. Lori. It's good to be with all of you. Thanks for joining me live. See you next time.